Hello, and welcome to our daily reflections on Tuesday, the 9th of June. The passages for today are in front of you. If you haven't read them already, you might want to pause this recording and go and have a look at them now. Our passage in Joshua this morning continues the story of the consequence of sin. God had commanded all the Israelites that the conquest of Jericho was not an opportunity for pillage, for enriching themselves. But one man had done just that. And in response to Joshua's plea for God to remain faithful to his covenant with the Israelites, God identifies the source of this sin. There's a lot in the Bible that seems harsh to our sensibilities. Although we need to remember that it was only in 1933 that the UK abolished the death penalty for those under 18, so we should be cautious about feeling too proud of our humane ideals. But there is a lot in this story that may seem harsh in particular. It's necessarily quite a bare account, but we know that this Achan was aware of the prohibition on plunder, did it anyway, and did not confess until he was found out, and only after the Israelites had suffered as a result of his sin. God is just. We should not think of him as some kind of benevolent uncle, but as king and judge. As our psalm says, "You are not a God who delights in wickedness. Evil may not dwell with you. The boastful shall not stand before your eyes. You hate all evildoers." We do not know all the details of everything that is happening in this passage, but we can be assured that justice is happening. And we must remember that God, too, is merciful. And that's why he sent Jesus. The focus of this passage, though, is only partially on God's justice. It's also on our priorities in relation to God. We see that also in our Gospel reading from Luke. This is a story that most of us can relate to. We want to stay and listen to the interesting thing that is happening, and we are resolutely ignoring the urgent things that are happening elsewhere. Or alternatively, we're slaving away in the kitchen, fuming at the laziness and improvidence of those who should be helping. Jesus' words should not be taken as commending either position, but encouraging us to get our priorities right in relation to God. We should hear his voice and follow his way, regardless of the temptations or urgencies or anxieties that get in the way.